I mean, we are all talking about the fact that there's no food is not moving and all of that. Your child has been there before, and I think she's still there. You're a mother, probably. What stories do you hear from your child in terms of feeding?
Well, my ward is still in a secondary school, and the stories are many. There are times that you do not have adequate to feed on. Okay. So you have to supplement that with what you have in your box. If you do not have, then you go hungry. There are periods in other schools where you go to the dining and you have hot water and soup served as lunch.
Hot water?
And soup.
And soup.
Which means that come with your gari. No, I'm not going to mention that. No, definitely I won't mention that. Yes, we will solve it. That's why we are here. That's why we are here. No, I'm not laying claims.
No. Hold on. You have your time.
I would mention. No, I won't mention this. We're having even mentioned.
Yes.
Yes. I won't mention
you have your time. Please.
Nobody has complained.
Hold on. You have your time to respond.
I haven't said morning, afternoon, evening.
But you think that she'll sit here and the case that is not happening in her school?
I would mention that. That is also for my own credibility.
And I'm saying that
it has happened in another school, and I have heard that. You go with your gari because the soup is there. So the hot water is there for you, which means that there was no gari at that time. In my war school, they have given them gari with pepper as supper continuously, for because that was what was available at that time. If they have gari for bags of gari for a particular time without other foodstuffs, that is what will be served.
Like the child secretary just
exactly
said.
And so it is not as if we are making up stories. These might be isolated cases, but they have happened. And that is why we are here today to talk about how we can solve those issues. You won't have bread. You have to buy your own bread for breakfast. There have been schools or let me say a school where you go for breakfast and you have to carry your sugar because there was no sugar at that point in time. And so if it's a week, you have to carry your sugar for that week. It's not as if the whole term you are carrying your own sugar. But this means that there are periods or points in time that particular supplies are not available, and the children will have to supplement that, which means that whatever you give them run out faster than you would probably have anticipated, and they will call home, and you have to restock for them, So these are happening, and the fact that it is inadequate, what is on the plate is not just enough for a growing boy or a growing girl. When the term ended and my boy got home, I just shouted, "Hey, you have become flat." Because he has grown so lean, and the way he ate for the first week at home, you could just see that he wanted to kind of replenish whatever he was not getting. But we understood all that. I have stayed in a boarding house for 7 years, secondary education. So I understood that you wouldn't have it as you have it at home. But it shouldn't get to the extent where supplies have run out totally. In my 7 years of education, it was only in my first year that we ran out of food and we were served rice water for supper.
Okay.
And the head teacher announced, the next morning, you are all going home because we have closed down the school. Until we receive supplies, you are not coming back. Out of the 7 years, it was only once. And so it can happen again that we will never run out of stock or supplies if we plan well and we initiate implementation in a manner that ensures that at every point in time, we have adequate supplies that head teachers will not find themselves in such problems, and children will have the peace of mind to study, because it is very difficult to study when you are hungry.
Okay.